John chapter 10 verse 7. So Jesus again said to them, "Truly, truly I say to you, I am the door of the sheep." Next I am statement. By counting now the third one. I mean, if you don't count before Abel was, I am. I am the door of the sheep. I remember as well here this whole debate with, and R.C. Sproul quoted this where Luther said, "This is my body, hocus est, right?" And R.C. Sproul uses said, "Nobody thinks that Jesus is made of wood." When Jesus said, "I am, this is my body," or "I am the door," okay, we understand that there's a way of speaking. Okay, I am boiling hot now. That does not mean that I am, bubbling here or anything like that. I was just trying to say how hot it is, kind of idea. Okay, so when Jesus say, "I am the door of the sheep," like any of the other "I am" statements, he's not implying that, or "I'm the way, the truth, and life," as we're going to see later on. It's not implying to say that, he is like a road, like I'm standing here on a road kind of idea. The tar road, which kind of way is he? Which kind of road? Dirt road, snow road, covered, or tar road, whichever road. Okay, so as well, he is not made of wood. He is the one through whom ultimately enter, the sheep. Enter and exit. Okay, not just only enter, but because they enter through the door where they're protected inside the sheepfold, they exit so they can go out to go and eat. Okay, that's just kind of pretty. So he starts off with, again, saying, "Truly, truly," it means it's very important. And he says, "Door." Verse 8, "All who come before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not listen to them." So everyone coming before him, thieves and robbers. Now, who is this? But the sheep didn't listen to them. So who are these thieves and robbers? Who are these ones who came before him? Does he imply here Elijah, Moses, Elisha, David, or any of the other prophets? Is that what he's implying here? Now that would kind of be strange because, well, a number of reasons why it's not that he's not speaking of them. Again, context is king, is the fact that none of those people ever pointed towards themselves as being the shepherd. Okay, Moses didn't claim to be the Messiah. Elijah didn't claim to be the Messiah. Neither Elisha, nor David, nor Isaiah, nor Jeremiah, nor Jonah. No, none of them ever claimed to be the prophet. They always pointed towards. They give prophecies concerning the coming Messiah, but they never. Okay. So they didn't point to themselves as being a shepherd. So that, in other words, these people can't be. Jesus is not speaking of these coming before him, but he's speaking of others. He's speaking of those claiming to be, right? Those claiming to be the Messiahs. And through the years, there were a number of them. In the days of Jesus, there were a number of them. Today, there are a number of them. There's always people, they start new religions. The Jehovah's Witnesses, the Mormons, some of the younger religions, right? They start all these cults, Scientology. I mean, there are lots of them. And in Jesus' days, there were these people. There was these people who came, they called themselves the Messiah. They took people into the desert and then they fought there with others, etc., etc., right? So these are the people Jesus speaks about. Benny Hinn, he's a thief and a robber. All right, the Joel Osteen, these kinds of people today, in modern terms, they are the thieves and the robbers of the day. But the sheep, although their so-called churches are full of people, but they're not of the sheepfold, right? Because the sheep knows the voice of Jesus, and they don't follow people like that. So plain and simple. Plain and simple. I am not the Messiah, so don't follow me. Okay? Follow Jesus. So false, the thieves and the robbers, they're going to be those kinds of preachers. And the churches are full of them. I can give you lots of examples. Lots of them. Lots and lots of examples. I've seen so many of them. Of pastors basically taking away, like there in Ukraine, the flats of old ladies. I don't want to go into all the gory details here. And then And then even high up in the Ukrainian parliamentaries used to go to his church. Lo and behold, those were Orthodox country, and he was Pentecostal. But again, that's not just, it happens amongst other the denominations as well, charismatic more. So yeah, these people and people go there, but because they want to go there because they are not from the sheepfold of Jesus. That's all, because they don't belong to ultimately the shepherd. Yeah, so if you follow and you're a member of a church like that, or you go to a church like that, then sorry again, I have just bad news for you. Then you are not of the sheepfold of Jesus. You belong in a different gospel and you will end up in hell. Doesn't matter how many times you shout hallelujah, doesn't matter how many times you put up your arms, how many times you pray in tongues or anything like that, speaking tongues, give prophecies, it's not going to take you to heaven. Those things don't save you.